Hi, I'm back, and I've got two more what I call eBay fails. First of all, who ships a book like this? Can you see a book inside there? I call that a fail. And then second, a signed limited edition slipcase book, completely unprotected inside of a maybe slightly padded envelope. So let's see how bad the damage is. If I come out unscathed on this one, I will be amazed. I'm gonna go tomorrow and buy a ticket for some sort of prize and hope I win. So the first book eBay purchase is a Easton Press, Richard Matheson, The Shrinking Man, a book I love, and a movie. It was based on this book, and that movie is one that I truly love. It was recommended to me by somebody on in a Facebook group one time, and I went and watched that movie, and I think I've watched it 3 times in the last 12 months. I liked it so much. I really liked it. So here is the book that movie was based on. And as I showed you in the video, you could see right through places that weren't even protected. I could stick my finger in a hole and mash the book. So this went through the United States Postal Service. It was listed as new. It's not a new book, but new condition, I reckon. Shrink wrapped, and honestly, at a glance, it looks like I dodged 1 out of the 2 bullets that were coming my way. Can't guarantee it, but let me take off this shrink wrap here, because shrink wrap on books is supposed to be temporary. The right way to display a book is without the shrink wrap. And that's a fact. I read that, so it's definitely true. I read it on Facebook, so it's true. And besides that, I think I like the way books look when they're not in the shrink wrap, and I like to open them. I like to see what it smells like, and I like to see what's in it. But anyway, back to the matters at hand. The Shrinking Man, a phenomenal story by a phenomenal author. Richard Matheson is the definition of terrific. Richard Matheson. So here's my The Shrinking Man, Easton Press edition. So without going down the whole list of all the things Easton Press is, it is lettered. It is 22 or 24 karat gold gilt pages. This is gilt. The book's page ends are gilded. Anyway, I had to look those words up to see what they actually meant. There is a included in here, since it was sealed, you still get this little letter, collector's notes. How come you can't read that? There you go. Can you read that now? Collector's notes. It tells us a little bit about our author. It tells us a little bit about our book. Typical with Easton Press. You can see, let's set that aside so I don't drop it. I don't like to drop things. Our end papers, man, I like it when the book is stiff and crisp. Our end papers have a little bit of a design on them. Often Easton Press will also send a book plate. What do you call this? A frontispiece? Something like that. I don't know. I don't need to know all the good words. I just need to know how to let you see what it is. Bound in genuine leather. I like Easton Press. To me, Easton Press feels like a quality book. They've got a stereotypic, a trademark, a signature look, but they do have some variations. If you compare this to all my other Easton Press books, there are subtle variations in size, the different numbers of ribs, the different design. But typically you're going to get a gold book, a leather book with gold embossed stuff on the ends, on the covers, and you're going to get gold gilt on the page edges. You're going to get a built-in ribbon. Can you see that? Ribbon here. And before I move on, I want to flip through and see what kind of artwork is included in this book. Because, man, I like the artwork. I might be missing something, I don't know. Probably am. So here's a drawing. If you've read the book or seen the movie, you know what's going on here. Our main character has shrunken so small by this point in the story that a spider is now a giant monster that he has to fight off. Some cool black and white drawings, or I guess they'd be drawings, artwork in our book here. And one more. So this book dodged a bullet. This book is every bit as good as I was hoping it would be. It's smaller in size than a lot of Easton Press. That's one thing about Easton Press. I've got Easton Press books that'll be this tall, some that'll be that fat. I got a Rembrandt Bible over there that's about that fat, and I've got some other copies of different books. The Time Machine is about that tall. The Invisible Man is really tall. And then The Shrinking Man by Richard Matheson is pretty short. So nice book. I'm pleased with it. I collect Matheson. I collect Easton Press editions of authors or books that I collect. So I just don't go buy everything of Easton Press I can find. But they do got a lot of books that I like. On to 50% of the way through my disappointing eBay fail unboxing. This will be an unbagging. This one, let me use a different knife here. This one is another Richard Matheson edition, and this one is a Gauntlet press, signed, numbered, slipcased edition of What Dreams May Come, another Richard Matheson story. Whereas The Shrinking Man would be, I guess it could be multi-genre. It would be science fiction, horror, a thriller. What Dreams May Come would be more romance, fantasy type of a story. So not a signature or stereotypical type of a Richard Matheson story, but one of his most beloved novels. It was made into a film starring Robin Williams, and let's see what comes in this bag, because this is one that I was really looking forward to. There you go, bag, where you belong. And here's at a first glance, the Gauntlet Press says, I don't know, I wasn't there, says that Richard Matheson wanted his limited editions to be very plain, very basic. He didn't want anything fancy. So the Gauntlet Press editions, most of them came, like you see here, just different colored slip cases and books, but they came with no dust jacket, came with a slip case, and they'd have on the front board a facsimile signature of Richard Matheson. This one is a signed and limited edition. That, and I don't know if that was printed onto the end paper or if that was drawn by Richard Matheson. In the bottom corner there, you see the initial RM. Have to do a little bit of research on that. My other Gauntlet Press Richard Matheson books don't have any kind of drawing on the end pages like this. So I'll have to take a little closer look. I almost wonder if that's a hand-drawn image. It's hard to tell. Maybe I'm fooling myself. I'll have to look at it a little bit closer. A little bit of research. But mine is number 260, and it's 260 and it's mine, and it's going to stay that way. Signed by Richard Matheson, Douglas E. Winter, and Stephen Simon. Can you see that? Hey, how come you can't see that? That's our signature page. The bindings, a lot of people ask about the binding. To me, being not a binding expert, there's what we're seeing right there. To me, it looks like a sewn binding. I can't guarantee it. Furthermore, let's see, what other kind of extras? They a lot of times will stick some extras in there. Gauntlet Publications, 1998 is when this one was published. And talking about dodging bullets, it looks like I dodged 2 eBay fail packaging problems and dodged 2 bullets, ended up getting books. The end result was right, but if you do it wrong to get to the right place, did you do it wrong still? Absolutely. When you sell a book, put the book in a bubble wrap, put some stuff around that bubble wrap to keep the book from moving around, and then put it inside of a box and tape that mug up so it ain't coming loose. Make sure the book is secured, protected inside of a box. Do not trust any shipper, no matter who it is, to gently handle this object and get it into the hands of the buyer, because guess what? Somebody's going to toss it, somebody's going to drop it, somebody's going to run over it. So take good care of it, and your job as a seller is to get the book that the customer bought into the customer's hands in the condition that the customer is expecting it to be in, as advertised. Anyway, I wanted to look up the table of contents before we go. I'm just happy as heck that I got two books that ain't jacked up, because being a big fan of Richard Matheson, these are both books that I've been wanting, and had the opportunity to get them at a price that I thought was fair. And so I'm pleased that what I thought was going to be a disaster turned out all right, or turned out great after the fact. But anyway, I'm looking to see what all's in here. So it has What Dreams May Come, 20th Anniversary Limited Edition, author's preface, introduction, afterword by Stephen Simon, Dreams of Love and Death, afterword by Douglas E. Winter, an afterword for the deluxe edition only by Richard Christian Matheson, son of Richard Matheson. NP tray case logo copyright drawn by Richard Matheson. So I don't think they were actually drawn literally on here. I'll have to look. But I get the impression that it was printed on based on what I'm reading in here. But anyway, two terrific Richard Matheson books. This one has a sticker on the back of the slipcase, which I'll here in a few minutes carefully take that off. What I can't get off by very carefully peeling, I'm going to use on this type of a leather, I'm going to use just the slightest amount of gun oil on a rag. I'm not going to drip it on here. I'm going to put this gun oil on a rag, try to get any glue off. That tends to work good on anything that won't really absorb that oil too much, and just the slightest amount. But I might do something different. That's the plan anyway. So, Easton Press, The Shrinking Man. Love it. Love the story. Love the movie. I recommend them both. I recommend you read the book, then watch the movie. But if you watch the movie, then read the book, you're still going to be happy. So strong recommend on my part. I don't want to spoil the ending, but I think folks that don't like the book or don't like the movie maybe were expecting something different in the end. But if you accept it for what the author had in mind, the lessons that the author was trying to pass along, it really makes it a wonderful story. And then What Dreams May Come from Gauntlet Press. I've got a bunch of Gauntlet Press stuff. They publish books from a lot of authors that I truly, from some authors that I truly love dear. A lot of books from some authors that I truly hold dear. People like F. Paul Wilson, people like David Morrell, from Joe Lansdale, from Richard Matheson, from Ray Bradbury. They've got Blake Crouch now, so they've got a lot of authors that I am in the process of collecting, or have collected for a lot of years. I think, just an estimate, I've probably got 45 Gauntlet Press books. And in all honesty, that's because they make signed limited editions of authors that I love. So, therefore, vicariously, I love them. That's the way it works in this house. By the way, that's all I gotta say. C'est la vie, baby. Thank you very much.